Hey golfers, Dean with golfallyear.com, and I'm just over a month of using the Garmin Approach R10. And I'd like to share some of the tips and tricks that I've learned using both Android and the iOS. I have switched from Android to Apple, and so now I have an iPhone, and there are some differences, and I'd like to share some of those things with you. Many of you may know all these things already. That's okay. This is just some information that I find might speed up things and help you in your quest to really enjoy your R10. So let's talk and start talking about some of the tips and tricks that I've found with the R10. All right, so first of all, if you are an Android user and you have an Android phone, I highly suggest that you wait to get the Garmin R10. I really had some struggles with the Android version of the R10. The driving range was fine and everything was fine. It was just that I wasn't able to, I signed up for the PC version, $300 for the PC version of E6 so that I can project it and I can use it on the desktop and use E6 because E6 does not come with Android. So it does with iOS, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but it doesn't come with Android. And so, I was really hoping that I could use it on my PC, and it would be well worth $300 a year to be able to play it on the PC. Well, if you've seen any of my other videos, I really struggled getting it on the PC. I called Garmin, I called E6, and really had some issues trying to get it hooked up and be a solid product for me. So, many people have been able to do it. I was not, and it really frustrated me. And I like things to kind of be easy, and it was a real struggle, and it caused me a lot of frustration. So if you're an Android user, I just don't think the Home T Hero is good enough to use for the price and for it right now. I'm sure Garmin's going to fix all that, and it might be fixed as I do this video. But if I was an Android user, I might wait. I just don't think that it's worth it at this moment. Unless everything's fixed, then go for it. But I would wait and make sure Garmin has everything fixed up and ready for you to use the E6 because I think the E6 is a big deal. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, once I switched over to the iOS, the first thing I learned was it wouldn't connect. I have a brand new iPhone 13, and it wouldn't connect to the iPhone, and so I went and struggled with it for days. I finally got on the Garmin forums, and I found a little tip that solved everything. And all that is the manual I think is wrong. What they said to do is just to turn it on. Okay, so I turn it on, and then what I want to do is I want to wait. Okay, wait a few seconds, and then I want to hold it until it turns blue. Okay, solid blue. Once it turns a solid blue, whoops, I want to get that solid blue. I'm already connected, so that's probably why it doesn't do it. But once it gets that solid blue, you are then good to go. And it hooked up right away. I think I was trying to get the solid blue right away. The idea is to wait 5 seconds or so after you turn it on. And as soon as I did that, it connected. So that was nice to know. I hope that helps some of you that are using the iOS and haven't been able to get it connected. Second thing that I wanted to talk about is that there are some cool things you can do with the driving range. And so I want to share those tips with you, and maybe they'll help you. Maybe you already know this, but these are some cool tips that I found with the driving range. All right, so my next little trick here is a very simple one using the driving range. If you go to the driving range, you will see that there up at the top, there are three stats. On this one, I have my, you can change it, but I have my total distance, I have my club path and my club face. If you click on them, obviously you can change those. Well, a lot of people have complained, oh, there's only 3 stats that you can get without swiping over to see them all. And so what I found is that you can actually get a fourth by doing and clicking the button. Let me go back here. It's just the microphone button. You just click that off, and then you will see that you can click on any of the stats. So let's say I wanted my smash factor, and now what it'll do is after I hit, it will actually tell me, like the voice caddy does or the swing caddy, it'll tell me out loud what my smash factor was. So I can process that. I get the 3 stats up above, and then I get also one that's verbal. You can choose and change that to whatever it is. Kind of a neat little feature. So if you want to know how far you hit it each time and you want to keep track of other stats, you can do that. And it'll tell you. So it's like the swing caddy, which is a neat little feature that I found out. Okay. The other thing you can do, and let's say I don't hit it and I don't want no audio. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can actually film your swing. Each time you hit a shot, it will actually film the swing. I use the handy dandy device that hooks onto my bag and that they give you, and you can actually get your swing with each shot you hit, and then you can go back and look at the shot, look at your stats, look at your swing. You can send that to your professional if you want, and they can kind of help you out, or you can figure it out yourself. So that's kind of a neat thing. Very easy. Just hit the camera button and it'll actually go to your camera. It'll ask for you to allow the camera, and then it will actually film your swing. So another cool little deal with the driving range. And you probably see that you can also put notes on each shot too. So some neat little things that, I know many of you probably are already aware of those. That's fine. But just kind of a neat little features that you don't see with some of the other launch monitors and things. So pretty neat deal with the R10. All right, and the next little tip is a very important tip because it will change the way that you use your Garmin R10. If you are using your Garmin R10 and you are using it inside, I highly recommend getting this little device right here. This is, especially if this is for an Apple iOS phone, but this device right here is an HDMI connector that connects to your phone. You just plug it into your phone, and then you take an HDMI cable and you go to a projector, and it will project your phone up on your screen. So if you are using E6, it's called the Lightning to Digital AV device. And if you are using E6 with an iPhone, make sure you get this connection, especially if you're hitting inside, because now you can project the E6 on your big screen. And that's a game changer. This phone is so small to be able to really have a great experience with the E6. If you're playing on the E6 and you have to look at your phone all the time, it's very difficult because it's so small. But once you get this little device, it's able to project it up on the screen, and now you're able to have a true golf simulator like the SkyTrack or like any of those other ones that are $2,000 or more. So definitely, if you are invested in the E6, invested in the Garmin R10, get the Lightning to Digital AV, and I'll put the link down below so you have it. So another great tip. All right, and the last little tip that I have is I highly recommend getting the Garmin Watch. If you don't have a Garmin Watch, maybe you have a smartwatch or whatever. If you don't have the Garmin Watch and you're not using the Garmin Watch, I think you're missing out. The Garmin Watch does so many things. I use it every day, from my steps to when I get on the course, I can keep track of my stats. I get my yardages through GPS. I can measure my shots. I can see how far a layup is. I can move the flag on it so I can get the exact distances to the pins. There's so many things that you can do with the Garmin watch. I've done another video reviewing the Garmin watch. make sure you take a look at that. I'll put that link down below. But it's highly recommended because it connects right to the same app that you use for the Garmin R10. And so everything's all in one place. It's a neat little deal. Garmin does a great job with it. And so I highly recommend getting that Garmin watch. And so I hope those few tips help you. Maybe you already know them, that's fine. But hopefully they help someone. Maybe you get one little thing that speeds up your day and makes your experience that much better. So make sure you follow along. I got a lot more videos coming. So follow along. Make sure you hit the notification button, and we'll see you on the golf course.